gentlemen, the show is about to begin.
Hello there, and welcome to the True Pop Culture 7 show. I'm your host, True Pop, here to laugh and think about pop culture stupidity. And oh boy, we just watched a movie, and it was. I think the title of the stream is that it tried to be a movie. I think that's the right.
Yeah, it
Right.
tried and failed miserably. It's sort of an example that you can teach in class as to how not to make a movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
It is
definitely.
it is bad.
Like put Last Jedi on there, put Rise of Skywalker, put all of the Jurassic World movies in there as well.
Yeah, but you see, at least those were coherent and understandable. This one is just like, what the fuck is going on?
Did you have like a feeling that it was completely butchered in the editing room, or is that just me?
Yes. No, that's 100%. You can tell that it was butchered in the editing room.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's So I think it comes from the fact where it feels like it's three different scripts fighting in one movie, and it's like what the hell is going on? So you've got the Captain Marvel. Well, spoilers or no spoilers?
How dare you spoil the masterpiece that is the Marvels?
Listen,
Like,
man, maybe
geez.
maybe some people up in the 20 years time they would still want to watch this movie because it's just a masterclass of shit, you know?
Wow. Yeah. There's spoilers ahead. Anyway, if anyone cares watching,
Yeah, if you
spoilers.
guys care
All
about
right.
the Marvels, then
If
spoilers. If you guys care
you
about Marvel Phase 5, then spoilers.
listen, you are missing out on a experience before watching this stream. All right,
Oh
it's an
yeah.
experience. I'm not gonna say what kind of experience. It's just a experience.
It's an
You know,
experience, yeah. It's just
an
something that
experience.
you have to go through. But man, you have the it's kind of like Captain Marvel 2, that side where it's let's say all
Mhm,
the Kree stuff. So everything revolving around the Kree and her destroying the Kree AI and all that stuff. That
mhm.
feels like that was supposed to be Captain Marvel 2, a standalone sequel to Captain
Yeah,
Marvel 1. And then
yeah.
after that you've got the
The Marvels,
like
like three of
the
them.
the Marvels stuff where you've got Secret Invasion also peppered into it. But the thing is that it doesn't really acknowledge Secret Invasion at all. It's just like, oh
No.
yeah, look, we have these people. And so for example, when I think the place is called Tarnax, that place is getting destroyed. So for those in the chat who don't know, who haven't seen the movie because you prefer your sanity over watching the Marvels, Tarnax is essentially the city where, well, the planet where the Skrulls are hiding and are basically refugees on. And so
Mhm,
they have peace talks with the Kree, which I don't know, man. None of this was ever acknowledged except at the tail end of Secret Invasion. That was it. And it's like, what the hell, man? It's
mhm.
crazy.
Yeah. Nathaniel Perry here. Marvel's critique coming fast right now. I still have EFAP to finish and Mr. Brown Alliance to catch up with.
Dude,
Oh man,
I'm on
I
Mr.
envy.
Brown's after this normally, so you'll hear me talk more about the Marvels there.
Oh wow, you've got a double stream. Wow, I am was
Uh,
fairly impressed. But you know what? Before we get dive right into the movie, I just wanted you to introduce yourself first as well.
oh yeah,
Plug your
hey.
stuff and whatnot, and then we'll dive right in. I'll
Oh
play the
yeah, for
film
sure.
review segment after it.
All right, so hey everyone, I am the Uninspired reviewer. I've been on True Pop's channel like 4 times, I think. The
Maybe four.
Yeah, man.
You are
Yeah.
you get the special title of occasional co-host. It's what I call Mr. Bug as well. You know,
Oh, dude,
you may
I love
enter
being
or
on the
leave whenever
show.
you like.
Yeah, I love being on the show, man.
Kind of like
And yeah,
cats, you know,
yep.
like
Hmm.
they enter the house and out whenever they please, you know.
Essentially, yeah. And
Hmm.
well, there you go. Essentially, we're already saying the word. You're gonna hear that 1,000 times, chat. And yeah, so
Yeah.
hello, chat. I'm the Uninspired reviewer. I just make reviews and stuff. And yeah, for my next video, I'm making the Marvels review, of course, which will probably be out by next weekend, actually,
Oh,
because
cool.
I'm just swamped with some stuff. And but rest assured, it's not going to be a normal review. If you guys are familiar with me, it's going to be kind of like my Ant-Man Quantumania review, where I like to break down the plot. I like to see what can be fixed, how it doesn't work. I'm very analytical with the way I break down movies. And
Yeah.
so yeah, that's pretty much it. And thank you, True Pop, for having me on again, man. I love being on the show, anyways.
Hey, no worries, man. Seriously, you're always a pleasure to have on here, and you know, it'd be kind of sad for me just to stand here and talk about the Marvels. It's more fun to kick the movie into rather than just yourself. You
Oh yeah, for sure.
know, that's how Secret Invasion was. Yep, yep.
Yeah.
The Marvels is great. You guys are just mean.
Oh yeah, it's true. I
Are we
mean,
mean,
come on.
or is it just the R word? I'm not sure if
I
I can
mean,
say that in the
I think
first
some people
10
are. I
minutes.
think some people are like genuinely mean to the Marvels, but at this
Mhm.
point, if you've seen the movie, it kind of deserves it because it's just
Yes.
incomprehensible. I mean, I can't even call it a movie. That's how bad it is.
Mm-hmm. And
So
with that,
yeah,
let me play the
it's
segment.
kind of deserved. Go ahead.
I'll have to change that to the review because sometimes review shows I'm like, damn it, doesn't fit.
Dude,
Film
just write
review.
what's it called? Review time. Then
Yeah,
boom.
review time or something. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
It needs a better name. Yeah, I'm good at naming things. But anyway, um, now before we dive into the film, I wanted to just to catch up. Like, what were your expectations before the film? Like, when you heard it was a Captain Marvel sequel, like, what were your first impressions? Like, what were you expecting and thoughts going into it
I
overall?
honestly wasn't expecting anything back when it was first announced because I think that I don't know when it was announced, but I'm sure that it was announced before the MCU like really started to take it that nosedive. So at this point, you only had, I think it was Black Widow. That was the first movie that had come out after Endgame. And
Hmm.
then like, I don't know, I was just like, okay, Captain Marvel 2, fine. I want to see where it goes into the story because the first Captain Marvel movie, even though it was sandwiched between Infinity War and Endgame, we all know that it was kind of like a standalone thing. However,
Hmm.
this one, people were saying that it's gonna, mesh more into what's going currently on into the MCU. So I was like, okay, maybe that could add something, especially considering that they had announced Secret Invasion back then. And man, Secret Invasion is a good comic book plot line, It's like, yeah, we're coming off Infinity War, Endgame, and you're giving us Secret Invasion for the next phase of the MCU. I'm
Mm.
down. And then yeah, the MCU started to take a nosedive and got absolutely horrible.
Yeah, it's just bizarre to me that Secret Invasion, they reduced it to a Disney Plus TV show. That was like a red flag for me because, yeah, Secret Invasion, I love Secret Invasion, the storyline, and it always rubbed me the wrong way that they put it on a Disney Plus show. And as we watched the Disney Plus shows release one by one, I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be shit in there," and yeah, it was. You know,
It was
it's
so
just
boring. I mean, they've completely destroyed the character of Nick Fury, which in this
yep.
movie too, they've completely it's just Sam Jackson now playing Sam Jackson. There's no
Mhm.
Nick Fury. Nick Fury doesn't exist anymore, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you'd never hear Nick Fury say Black Girl Magic. It's like that's Sam Jackson. That's not the same dude that was on the Avengers. That's
Mm.
no, never.
Yeah, yeah, that's actually a great point, actually. He's actually more actor-like rather than the actual character.
Hmm.
Um, and the thing is, like, with Secret Invasion, it's funny because Secret Invasion attempted to retcon the Skrulls into being more evil-like,
Yeah,
and
kind of.
then like I see like Secret Invasion and this movie, The Marvels, like playing tug of war. Right? No, we want
Hmm.
the Skrulls to be evil. No, we want them to be refugee, poor people, and blah blah. Feel sorry for them. Which is it
Oh, dude, that's
really?
how it pretty much is, and it's like you have a great thing to work with, thematically, the
Hmm.
Skrulls and the Kree and their war and how it is, but
And there's
nothing is
destruction everywhere.
mentioned. Exactly,
No.
yeah, and nothing is mentioned at all about the Kree planet until this movie completely being destroyed. Especially considering, keep in mind that in the MCU canon, the Kree planet was basically destroyed 30 years ago. So after the events of the first Captain Marvel movie. And you never hear any acknowledgement of that in Secret Invasion, which literally deals with the scrolls. And it's like, come on, man. It just comes out of nowhere. That's why I feel like the Marvels itself is just disjointed pieces of film trying to be meshed into one. And that's why nothing works at all.
Oh, definitely. And it I feel like I just wasted 1 hour 40 minutes of my life watching it. Um, it's because before the film, right? When it was
Yes.
announced, Captain Marvel 2, I'm like, okay, they got lucky with the first movie,
Yeah,
dramatically so, because
for
they
sure.
perfect scheduling after Infinity War, and
Mhm.
all that hype, and people were like, oh, I have to see Captain Marvel to see what happens after Infinity War. It was an absolute hype train.
Yeah, especially considering that back then Marvel used to really, really use their post-credit scenes well.
Hmm.
It was
Hmm.
actually setting up something. It wasn't
Yeah.
just, oh, look, it's this dude that you've never heard of, and so you have to go to Google or you have to go to a YouTube channel to hear, oh yeah, it was this dude. How would you not have known? It's like, I don't know. We don't care. We don't know who this person is. And
Mm.
it just continues that trend with the Marvels because, spoiler alert, X-Men are here for some reason. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, that the thing is, right? Going into it, I was expecting like, okay, they got incredibly lucky with the first. They cannot possibly think that they can just do nothing and just do a sequel to this movie and think they'll get lucky again. They
Hmm.
have to include maybe a certain character. I think I was thinking this because they did the same thing with Thor Ragnarok, right?
Yep.
Thor: The Dark World did not make that much money, so they thought about it. Okay, what can we do? We'll put Hulk in it.
Hmm.
Hulk was so incredible in Avengers. Why not put him in Thor Ragnarok? And yeah, that made a bunch of money because they included other characters in there, and everyone likes Hulk.
Yeah, and
Be it
like it's not
past tense.
even just including Hulk, it's
Mm,
including a character who needs work done on him. It's not
yeah.
just because Hulk at that point, we had seen a bit of him. I think the most characterization we had gotten of Hulk was in the first Avengers movie, because that's where you really see Bruce Banner try and deal with everything. You get a
Hmm.
little more in Age of Ultron, but that one is kind of muddled down by the relationship that he has with Natasha Romanoff, which
Hmm.
I don't know, it's kind of weird. But then finally in Thor Ragnarok, that's where you get a Hulk, kind of Hulk arc.
Hmm.
So they
Yeah.
had a character that needed improvements, and they added him with a character who was already kind of like improved, reaching his final arc. So like they could push into that together, and now they're just adding people for namesake.
Yeah. And yeah, so with Thor Ragnarok, with what they did there, like pretty smart. I was thinking maybe they'll pull something similar with Captain Marvel 2. Maybe they'll include, I don't know, Fantastic Four, maybe more likely Silver Surfer,
Hmm.
maybe Galactus, someone cosmic, maybe someone from the Guardians movies, to for this space adventure. Nope.
Well, hey,
They
I mean,
they
we had
did they did
Valkyrie,
nothing of
didn't we?
that. Jesus, Mary,
We
Mother, and
forgot the
Joseph.
Valkyrie cameo.
Did you see the tweets? Like, oh my gosh, I totally shipped them together. It's just like,
Dude,
good
she
God.
she came into the movie for 2 seconds, and that was it. She's like, "Oh yeah, I could
The
take these people
shippers
off your
go rampant.
hands."
Yeah. Twitter. Hulk freaking rocks. At least he used to be. Yeah. At least he used to. But they did not pull anything like that. I'm like, you're joking, right? You think Captain Marvel and two other characters from Disney Plus shows is a good enough sequel. Like, no, no. You know damn well that Captain Marvel wasn't a recognizable name, but not to the extent of Hulk, not to the extent of
Hmm.
Thor, not to the extent of Iron Man. I just don't understand how they thought this was ever going to make money in the first place. Now, I didn't see it coming, not making this low amount of money.
Hmm.
No, I didn't pay that. I thought it'd make a little more,
At least,
but
like,
no,
I would have said, like, around, like, I don't know, I would have given it, let's say, a minimum 250 million opening weekend. That was what I
Mhm,
would, the ballpark. Even though considering that there are like diminishing returns in Marvel in general right now, that's
mhm.
still a pretty solid ballpark.
Yeah, and it just demonstrates how stupid they are. I mean, they've come to think that just because it has the name Marvel on it, it'll make money. That's not the case.
Well, yeah, not the case anymore.
And that's exactly the same mistake they did with Star Wars. It's got
Yep.
Star Wars on it. We can make anything we want with this. No, no, you actually have to try. Oh,
Well, they also
geez,
think the
revolutionary
Twitter
idea.
Twitter interactions and Twitter, basically, like, Twitter, how would I say this? Twitter fanfare equates to actual people watching it, which is not
Mhm,
true. A lot of people on Twitter, they just like skim through it, or either they
mhm,
watch it and they don't pay attention. But
mhm.
these aren't the people that are going to go out and buy your merch. They're not the people that are going to go and talk about the thing for more than 2 weeks at a time. Right
Yep.
now, the Twitter crowd will talk about the Marvels for about like a week. Well, let's say Iron Man came out today, the way it is. The people on Twitter who are always defending anything Marvel does will probably talk about it for a week and then abandon it. However, the actual fans will talk about it for years to come. And that's it.
Hmm.
And that's
People
who
are
they're
bringing up
losing out
Avengers
on.
now as well. The first one.
Yeah, and
Here,
it's a great thing.
yeah, because it was really good then, and people kind of tend to remember that, especially when comparing it to this. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
never buy into your own hype. Yep,
Agreed.
yep, that's
Yep.
exactly right.
100%. And like, so I do think that the Marvels could have worked if they hadn't done a Miss Marvel TV show. So for example, I think that a TV show as a way to introduce a character is a very, very bad choice. Even
Mhm,
though, like, it could be a good TV show, that's for sure. It could have been a great TV show. However, you
mhm,
will touch 100,000, like millions less people by releasing that in a TV show format rather than a cinema format, because a lot of people just don't watch, like, stuff like this, especially when you say, oh, look, there's a new Marvel show that's connected to this, people are automatically confused and they just say, I'm not watching that shit. I'm just waiting for the movies. That's pretty much it. So if you had tried to integrate, like, if you had tried to put Miss Marvel's introduction in the Marvels, and the movie was essentially just her and Captain Marvel, so Brie Larson, fuck Monica Rambeau, she's not in the movie. If it's just Captain Marvel mentoring Miss Marvel
mhm.
into becoming like a superhero or something, that could have made an actual good movie if executed properly, because it would have made Brie Larson kind of likable in the role since she has to mentor someone. And so
Mhm,
you have the balance of Brie Larson learning, like her character of Captain Marvel, learning
mhm.
while Miss Marvel also learns at the same time. So, mutual benefit, mutual teaching of each other. And that could have at least given you something interesting, something palpable.
There's one sticking point in your argument there. What the hell can Captain Marvel teach Miss Marvel? She's not a hero
Ah,
herself. In fact, she's
yes.
a kind of a monster in this movie. But before we get into that, let's start off with how this movie starts off with. So we've got
Oh, yeah.
Ben, what a name, as the villain of the choice, which is she's essentially Woman the Accuser.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, Ronan the Accuser, female version.
Ronan the Accuser, woman, but like very, very unlikable with zero. Well, not even unlikable. She just has zero screen presence at all. I
No,
I
yeah,
genuinely kept forgetting her name. And keep in mind, I was taking notes to write my review while I was watching this movie, and I
oh, good
kept
God.
forgetting her name the entire time.
Uh, I remember her name because I made a video on it. Of the real BBC like making fun of her name and her look as well. So that's how I remember it. But
Yeah.
yeah, highly forgettable. And it's just like there's so many choices you can choose from in the cosmic side of things in Marvel. Like you could easily go for Terrax, the Herald of
Mhm.
Galactus. You could easily go for Firelord as well. He's cool looking. Like any number of other more obscure cosmic characters that have a bigger, I don't know, recognize a bigger, better look to them,
Yeah, I mean,
and they just
just a knockoff female Ronin. That's what they settled for. It's like already just from the visual standpoint, you've got Marvel fans, especially Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy is a massive movie, and even
Mm.
for normies and people who are like hardcore Marvel fans, everyone enjoys Guardians of the Galaxy, and everyone knows Ronin because he's like a distinct person. So when you see this woman, you're just like, oh, okay, it's a woman Ronin. That's it. So automatically in your mind, she's not unique in any way.
Mm. And the thing is, she she's on some planet, right,
Uh-huh.
Darben, looking for some bracelets, and it's just like, what? It's just one, and blah, 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 and it's just like, where's the other one? And then it cuts to Jersey City, and like, okay, already because I didn't watch Miss Marvel, I've heard like cliff notes of it, but
Hmm.
I can imagine already the audience being confused, like, how does Miss Marvel have the second bracelets if it's on this particular planet? Like,
Yeah.
how is this supposed to work? And how on earth does how did Miss Marvel get it? I mean, she said
Yeah.
that she got it in the
Well,
mail,
she
but
got it in the mail by her grandma. That's pretty much how she got it in the TV show. That was it. And they never go into any more detail. Kind of, well, she does go into like a kind of flashback where Miss Marvel basically goes to her grandma's flashback and like her grandma's time, and none of it made sense. I'm telling you, none of it made sense. Don't worry, your confusion is completely normal.
you could just see my like few things like, oh,
No, dude, none of
wait,
it made
I,
sense.
wait. So when did that happen in the movie? Did I get the wrong cut?
Well, that
She
happened in
time traveled.
that happened in
Oh
Miss
no, this is
Marvel.
what happened in Miss Marvel.
Yeah, that's what happened in
In the
Miss
Miss Marvel
Marvel.
series,
Yep, in Miss Marvel series.
not in this movie.
No. This movie basically picks up at the very, very end. Like the last scene of the Miss
All right.
Marvel TV
Okay.
show
Okay.
is when
Explain it to me again, but slowly. What
so
happened in this Miss Marvel show?
there's a section in the Miss Marvel, she basically just gets her powers in the mail because her grandma
Mhm,
sends them like some old stuff, and that's where she
mhm.
gets the bracelet. And she puts
Right.
on the bracelet, gets powers, basically saves the city slowly
Mhm.
because people are out to hunt her. The people that are out to hunt her, I think if I'm not mistaken, it's the those damage control people in Marvel.
The villains now.
I guess, yeah. It's so stupid, and so they're after her, and that's pretty much it. It ends nicely because she takes care of the villain of the week, and that was pretty much
Mhm,
it. And at the end, the very end, it's the scene of her in her room that you see at the beginning of the Marvels, where
mhm.
she gets knocked back into the door, and then Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, comes out, and that's how the Miss Marvel show ends. So this
Okay.
one picks up directly after.
Okay. And how does the grandma get the bracelets? Is that
I don't know. I don't know. It's just a relic, I guess.
right? So did the grandma go to space where Darben is and just pinch one of the gauntlets and
Probably, dude. The Marvel doesn't make any sense now.
okay.
The writers don't care about world building.
Right. So there's this cool animation, I guess, that Miss Marvel goes on, supposedly, and she daydreams a lot. And she's like, oh, okay, that's
Yeah, that's the
cute.
signature style that they use in her TV show. So they animate stuff a
Ah.
lot to make it like they make a lot of cartoonish type of stuff. It works well in the TV show. Here, it's a bit too childish.
Mm-hmm. And it's okay. It establishes a character. Okay, I get it. Uh, and then we go back to Captain Marvel. For some reason, she's alone on the ship. Doing what exactly? Oh, she's has
Getting
has
her
the
dreams.
Yeah, getting her dreams. Uh the only attractive thing in this was Brie Larson in the white tank top. I think that's pretty much it.
Well, it's even
Um,
stupid because the fact that she's getting her dreams and stuff, well, her memories from when she was captured by the Kree, that's what she's
mhm,
essentially doing. But the movie just uses it as an excuse to show you Monica Rambeau and Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel, sorry, when they were kids, just because
mhm,
that's a through line that they want to use in the movie. But it's a stupid through line as well.
mhm. Uh, what what did you think of Brie Larson's performance in this?
Well, everyone's performances was very, very, very mediocre. Everyone. I mean, my God, man. It's as if no one was trying to act. That's the issue.
Mhm.
That was it
Um,
for me. Nobody was trying to act because Monica Rambeau, everything she said was just one note. Brie Larson tried to be a bit like lighthearted, but dude, her crazy eyes was just too much.
yeah. Um, right. So the next thing we have is Nick Fury walking through a space station. Now,
Yeah, Saber,
I don't
space.
suppose you've seen the end of Secret Invasion. Did he does he just go back
Yeah,
to?
at the end of Secret Invasion, he takes his wife and they go back. His Skrull wife.
And she's not
Uh,
even in here.
nope. I was like, yep. I forgot about her.
Okay, sure.
And yeah, that was
The
it.
McCoy would have been better if the mammals went around carrying themselves like the Mario. Okay. Be strong, don't be swayed by.
Listen, that's only true, Bob. I'm not swayed.
Okay, okay. I mean, Lars, it's my Achilles heel. I'm sorry, chap. I will not stare. All right, I'll promise that. I will not be tempted. I am Captain Marvel, Carol Marvel. This is Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, and this is Monica Rambeau. Yeah, the introduction just seemed kind of stiff, especially like the memory flashback. Like, oh, thanks for these, because I would have never guessed who these people were.
Yep,
The,
that's pretty
the, the
much it.
movie tries to introduce them, but it's just like you can't give the audience homework and expect them to watch the shows. You
Exactly.
really
And it's
can't.
like the runtime itself is beneficial because the movie is ass, but it's also a detriment because, well, it doesn't have enough time to set up all of these things. And even if it had a 2 hour runtime, I doubt that it would be able to set up everything because
Mhm.
it's just way too much. However, it might have been at least better explained. Because right now it's
Yeah,
kind of like watching the slideshow of, okay, this. Are you caught up to speed? Let's hop right into the movie. That's pretty much it.
and ah, it's, yeah. The next thing we have is Captain Marvel flying around, and he has the bloody cat. Like the cat's return in this
Yeah,
film. The cat's
the
return.
the
She's
flirkin.
the it's a cat. Well, not exactly in this movie as we're shown, but she's just standing on Brie Larson's shoulder, flying through the vacuum of space, and I'm looking at it like, hang on, is I don't know if
I
it's
don't
an
know.
alien
I don't
creature.
even know
Can
if
it
it's
breathe
a
in
cat.
space?
Yeah,
Because
that's what I was thinking too. Because it's weird. The way that they frame it is that the cat is also glowing with like whatever is around Captain Marvel. So I don't know, man. They don't even know her power levels because it's stupid. Like
no,
she's
she
shown
can
to
fly with
like
others to space, and
yeah,
what? How does that
dude.
work? You know,
I mean, just for the chat to understand the power levels of Captain Marvel, she's shown going from Earth to basically another planet, which is
Mm.
really far away, in what 2 minutes. But then at the
Yeah.
end of the movie, she can't catch up to
Oh,
Monica Rambeau, who's literally about 3 or 4 kilometers away. It's horrible.
literally,
After flying for more than 30 seconds.
there was a scene right when Monica Rambeau and Kamala Khan like face Darth Ben for the first time,
Hmm.
right? Because Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel switched, and all of a sudden, Captain Marvel like flew in there, but like, hang on, no, you were
Yep.
back on Earth.
Hmm.
How on earth did you get that fast on that planet? That's bullshit right there.
Exactly. Absolute
That's
bullshit,
immediately.
man. Zero
I
stakes
just felt like, hang on, is
whatsoever.
there a cut I missed here or what? Like,
Dude, that's how it is.
where they swapped again or something. I don't know. It just seemed like a jumbled mess. So, all right. So we have them essentially setting the scene of the plot device
Hmm.
of them use it right. Ryan can now explain this on Friday Night Tights, like because it's inconsistent. Because sometimes they swap and sometimes they don't. They when they touch or use the powers, they swap places, but it
Dude,
has to
don't
be
even
at the
try.
same time.
No, 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 no. It doesn't have to be at the same time. You know what? I
Mhm.
I I thought about that because they
Right.
do say it. Because the first thing I thought was, okay, they've established this power of
Mhm.
them switching every time, and literally, I shit you not, chat. 10 seconds later, one scene later, they ditched the entire premise of them switching powers because everyone just starts using their powers with no thing. So I was like, okay, maybe they're gonna give us an explanation. They give you the
Right.
explanation of everyone has to be using their powers at the same time for them to
Mhm.
switch. And then when you watch the movie later in, they all use their powers at the same time and nobody's switching anything. It's just convenient for when the plot needs it. That's it. They don't have any
Hmm.
logic to it whatsoever.
Like, even if it is at the same time, does it has to be like at the exact same time? Like they 1, 2, 3 go,
Yep.
or can just one keep using the powers, and if the other one uses the powers, does that then? I don't know.
You see,
I
right
don't
there,
know.
you're putting in way too much thought than the writers ever did. So, like, Marvel should hire us at this point.
Yeah, I'm available. I think a blind monkey could write better than this
Oh
jumbled
yeah, for
mess.
sure.
Um,
This is where I support AI writing the scripts because AI could have cooked up something way better than
listen,
whatever this is.
Platoon said this. I think Platoon said this, that at least AI could keep track of continuity.
Oh yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
these writers can't. So yeah, they have some sort of black hole, and I guess that's like the tease for the main bad guy. They're gonna use these black holes around the world. Yeah, everyone touches the same objects at the same time. How convenient for them
Oh yep.
to touch the object at the same time, just to uh, get this little conundrum of switching places. Now, I'm pretty sure Mola as well pointed out, like with Miss Marvel when she swaps, she's inside the spacesuit.
Hmm.
How?
So she takes Monica Rambeau's place. Monica Rambeau is inside the spacesuit at that point.
Hmm.
So what
Why
I
doesn't she
actually have
take
my
the
notes.
spacesuit with her? Yeah.
So damn, you make a good point, man. Because you do take
Yeah.
your clothes with you, anyways. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So Miss Marvel should be dead.
basically, yeah, she should be dead at this point. Because the first time they touch and they all switch, you've got Monica in space. Captain Marvel is on the moon planet where um what the fuck is her name again? Darben. There we go, Darben. I keep forgetting, man.
You
And
gotta keep forgetting.
dude,
How
so
dare you
so
not remember the masterful villain that is Darben?
dude,
Jeez.
Darben is gonna be the most forgotten villain ever. At least Abomination, even though he was in one movie, he was cool. Even Whiplash,
Mm.
man, from Iron Man 2. At least he was
Yeah,
cool
he had a
because he
cool
had a
design.
parrot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He had a parrot.
And so
Yeah.
they switch. So you got Monica Rambeau that goes on the moon planet where Captain Marvel was. Miss Marvel goes to Earth. No, wait. Man, I don't even fucking remember.
No, Captain Phasma. No, Miss Marvel goes to where Rambeau was. Rambeau goes to where Miss Marvel was.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
Wait,
that
wait.
means
No,
the
wait. Captain
Brie
Marvel goes
Larson
where
doesn't
Miss.
move.
Oh, damn it! No, Rambo goes to where Captain Marvel was. Captain Marvel goes where Miss Marvel was. Miss Marvel
Yeah, she
goes
goes to
where
Miss Marvel's home. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
there it is.
That's not. It'd help if they had like Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, like get a different name for fuck's sake. It's just,
Oh yeah, that would have
and they were
helped a
like having
lot.
fun with it as well. Like Kamala was like really trying to like make up a name for her. I don't think they ever called her Photon in this.
No,
That's weird. I
they're just like
literally it said like her mother's nickname on the jet or whatever was Photon. So I thought they'd go with that, and they didn't.
So
Like
they
that
call her
character has a
once,
bunch of
I think,
names.
when Miss Marvel, because Miss Marvel at one point when they're doing their weird sleepover, because yes, Chad, there is a sleepover sequence in this movie on a spaceship, and uh, she's like, "Oh yeah, we should call you different names," and I think Photon is one of them, but she just says no to all of them.
Hmm.
But it's like rapid fire, so it's like you blink and you miss a moment.
Yeah, and like Easter eggs in those names as well, I suppose.
Yeah,
But they should have went with Spectrum because it sounds gay.
they should,
Because she is on the spectrum, like all of them.
they should have just removed Rambo from the movie. Anyways, she's one of the
Yeah.
worst ever.
I didn't actually catch the movie on Friday since I saw the Scorsese movie instead. And Miss Stephanie, do they swap bodies or is it just places? Yeah, they swap bodies. No, wait.
No, they swap places. That's it.
No, they swap places, not button. Oh, I see what you mean. You mean like they swap their no.
No.
How would that even work?
They just they would if they swap bodies, I think that they would just swap powers. So
Yeah.
Miss Marvel would get like Captain Marvel's powers, and like each. Well, I guess that would pretty much be it.
That'd be more of a free. Delano, you just said a much better idea than what they actually did if they swapped minds. That would have
Dude,
been
yeah,
a fun concept, I don't know.
it would
Like
have
a
been great
superhero.
if they actually stuck to
Oh,
the concept. That was it.
listen, like Supernatural. Have you watched that one episode where Clark Kent switches minds with Lionel Luthor? That's
No,
such
never
fun
seen
with that idea.
Supernatural. Vex always tells
No,
me to watch Supernatural.
no, not Supernatural. Smallville.
No, never seen Smallville.
Okay, so there's an episode in which Clark Kent switches minds with Lionel Luthor, the father of Lex Luthor, who's even more evil, if you can believe it. The actors, you can tell, like they had such fun as trying to act as each other and copy their mannerisms. Like you can tell it off the screen. The chemistry was just, it was so good. Like the earlier seasons of Smallville were great, and then it just started to get from downhill as it went on.
Oh yeah,
and you've got loads of these concepts of actors switching mind and then just trying to copy. Wouldn't that be such a more fun concept instead of just
it would have been too demanding for them, man. The actors would have just been like, "Nah, fuck this." The writers would have been like, "No, we're lost." That was it.
Imagine Brie Larson trying to act like a black woman. That would take some acting, I'm sure.
I'd pay money for that.
And
Man.
then,
That would be gold.
Or Brie Larson trying to act like a teenage. Well, actually, she can pull that off.
Oh yeah,
really
she
well.
probably
She
can.
looks like one. Yeah.
She probably can.
Anyway, yeah, she's in a spacesuit, and Nick Fury meets her, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, are you recruiting me? Like, how do you know who Nick Fury is? Nick Fury is a secret spy."
That's actually true. Well,
From a
I don't
world-building
remember Nick
perspective, she
Fury
shouldn't know.
being in. I don't remember Fury being in Miss Marvel. So yeah, she. I don't know. Fury. Maybe he's a known name. I guess.
Mm.
I doubt.
Yeah. And then Miss Marvel learns that Captain Marvel was in her room. Oh my gosh. And it's just like every time she fanboys, like, what are you fanboying over? Like, what sort of achievements do you know
Yeah, it's pretty
that she
cringe
did?
actually.
Because she's been all the time in space. She's barely on freaking Earth.
Mhm.
All right. How are you a fan of Captain Marvel in this world? How have you heard of any of her exploits? Like, she tells like
That's actually true.
one school child, like, "Oh, don't worry, Captain Marvel will save her. She's a hero." How do you know
Actually,
that?
very. That's a good point that you make because Captain Marvel, out of all people, is probably the one that you see the least on Earth because she's never on Earth, and the only time you
No.
saw her was in Endgame. And in Endgame, well, she was on a different planet, so
Mhm. And literally, like Monica Rambeau and Captain Marvel have this argument of not seeing each other for ages. You know, like it's like Tim, like, I don't care about your little drama or whatever, but it's just that reinforces my point even more. Like you are not a superhero based on Earth. Why are you a fan of her?
That's actually
Um,
true. That's a good point. That's a very good point.
and yeah, it just I don't know.
It's
Find
weird.
another hero. If look, I like the actress Iman Bellany. You can tell that she's an actual nerd.
Oh yeah, you can tell
She
that
even
she really enjoys being in the role. She's actually like one of
Mhm.
the reasons why the movie is kind of bearable to watch. But the only thing that I don't like is the fact that they make her
I don't.
very cringy. Like, oh my god, I'm with these people. Oh my god, I'm with these people. Just
Mm,
contrast that with Peter Parker in the MCU.
mhm,
Peter Parker is 16 years old, and
mhm.
Miss Marvel is also canonically 16 years old. But just look at the difference in reactions that they have. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. It's just like I like the actress. She seems like a nerd. She corrected Feige. Like the MCU continuity is not the 616 F off. I'm like
Mhm.
good, good, good. If she got that right, and no, she just has nothing to work with in here, and it's just like
No.
that's a shame. And I still find her annoying because she likes Captain Marvel. No one likes Captain Marvel. The script is just forcing you to like Captain Marvel. Yeah, so we have the Skrulls and the Kree. The Kree look nothing like the Kree. The
Yeah.
Skrulls, their ears point out, and they're like classically alien looking, but it's just like reminded me of like God, they messed up the Skrulls, didn't they? Like they do nothing with them. The Skrulls are like vile sons of bitches, and that made the Super Skrull with Fantastic Four powers.
Yep.
They kind of did that in the Secret Invasion with all of the powers, but that's just
Yeah, the
stupid.
weird super scrolls, the fucking dumb thing.
No, it's just like there was like a moment where they had like Brie Larson powers, and it's just like, how did you get the DNA of Captain Marvel? Yeah, you're OP already with that. You can make the most
Hmm.
overpowered superhero ever.
It's like Nick Fury is like, oh yeah, let's just collect everyone's DNA, as if everyone would agree to that. Never.
Yeah. She tried to tell Feige to make the MCU more accurate and fine punish her with that god-awful Supergirl movie. The homemade suit was better. I sorry to let no one watched Miss Marvel, so I don't know what you mean. Uh, yeah, Korea's supposed to look more like Ribbon. Yeah, from Earth's Might. Listen, my knowledge like stems from Earth's Mightiest Heroes, that animated show. Really good. And after that show, I did read up on comics. Yeah, Kree are blue, and some of them are blue, and some of them aren't, which kind of bugs me. But okay, yeah, whatever. So
Mm.
yeah, they have like these peace talks, and it's just like, why are you having peace talks? It's like you mentioned at the start of the show. Why aren't we seeing them actually fight a war? That's just okay.
Yeah, it's
War's
really
over.
really stupid.
It's like you said, like we missed like a Captain Marvel 2 in here, and we jumped like into the third Captain Marvel because there's even more flashbacks that we get that went on in the past, which is it, which just tells you that it must have been buttered to shit. Anyway, we get our first mandatory action scene where they constantly switch places and play insufferable EDM music,
Oh
uh,
yeah,
which is agonizing to listen to.
and like the
Nick
entire
Fury is
scene is stupid.
shooting in a glass area, so that's stupid as well.
Hmm.
It's stupid, stupid, stupid. There's probably a lot in that choreography that you could pick apart, but it's just like this movie did not feel confident with its characters or character work, but I could tell like okay, maybe they tried a little bit with the fight scenes, but that's because the fight scenes are like made before the movie is
Yeah.
even planned.
Well, the people who are in charge of the fight scenes are basically a separate entity from everyone else, especially when it's fight scenes where you don't use a lot of CG, for example, like this one. It's mostly up
Mhm.
to the stunt team, and the stunt team basically does the previs and everything. So, when the stunt team sends in a complete fight scene to a director, they already have the cinematography in place with that because the stunt team themselves do that. If you guys want to check more of that out, you can check Karen Gillan from who plays Nebula in Guardians of the
Mm.
Galaxy. She has like a YouTube channel where she
She's hot.
posted a vlog. I agree. She posted like a vlog where they were making the Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and in that there's a day where she's working with the stunt people, and you can clearly see what I'm trying to break down. And like the fight scenes are made by the stunt people, even like
Mhm.
when it comes down to just camera angles and everything like that. So at least they had an entertaining fight scene that still didn't make sense because, well, they didn't respect the power switches. So,
No, not at all. And it's just like, okay, we have this Marvel surveilled, blah blah
hmm
blah. And I like that the parents like, hang on, you're surveilling our daughter without. Okay, that's just admitting there that you're looking into our private lines. Okay, sure. It's like, yeah,
yeah,
she'll do that, of course.
it's like
Um,
the parents, Miss Marvel's parents at this point. This is
they
where you realize that it's cartoonish. It's a very
yes,
cartoonish film because
they're not
no way
actually.
in hell they're gonna
Yeah,
react like that.
yeah. I I'd be screaming, "Get out of my house right now!"
Dude,
I'm
I'd be
gonna get my
terrified. I
lawyers.
wouldn't
Like,
even try to fight. I just run. I mean, especially considering that these guys are people that have like lived there for a while. They've lived in the
mm,
MCU universe. So they're familiar with everything that's been going on since, let's say, the first Avengers movie, you know?
mm.
So they know that if there's an alien attack, it can mean thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of people dead. But they're just like, oh yeah, cool. We're gonna fight like in our house as if it's a fucking Wildy Coyote cartoon.
Mm-hmm. And it's just whatever. It's just whatever. I guess we're getting through this. And then there's this more switching between Brie Larson, and it's just like you just switch with a kid, wherever you were, she was, and it's just like
Mhm.
this blatant like obliviousness to this fact that the kid
Yep.
might be in danger because you teleported here. It's just like no, they carry on talking like normal, like they don't
Yeah,
realize it yet.
they speak like children. That's the issue.
Mhm.
Everyone speaks like a child, or everyone speaks kind of like a teenager. That
Yeah,
like a nonchalant teenager, not even a
yeah.
proper, well understanding.
This next sequence of events I like heard on I'm not sure if it was FNT or something, but like they didn't do that. Surely they didn't do that. And then I watched the movie like no, they did do that. And Captain Marvel, right? She's like, okay, we switch when we use our powers, right? Okay, let me real quick fly up to the sky, and that way we'll switch. It's just like Miss Marvel can't fly.
Yeah, I mean,
She
it's
did not
stupid.
think that through whatsoever. Like, and no one even acknowledges that Captain Marvel made a really dumb decision there, like nearly
Well, no one
getting
tries to stop her
Kamala
because
killed.
look at Nick Fury. So if this was the actual Nick Fury and not the imposter that we have in this movie, he would have firmly spoken down to Captain Marvel and said, "Yo,
That
like
was
he would have
stupid.
laid down the entire situation before letting her move anyway, and she would be forced to listen." And yeah,
Mhm.
if you watch the first Captain Marvel, whenever he actually sits down and talks to her and tries to explain something, she does respect him and listen to him, even though like they do make lighthearted jokes at Fury, which are kind of stupid, but at least she does sit down and acknowledge, his like his opinion. So if he
Mhm.
says, "Yo, this is an actual dire situation," then she's supposed to listen, but he doesn't even bring up that fact. He's just like, "Oh, wait, Carol, don't go, don't go, don't go, wait." He just says it so calmly. It's like, come on, man.
It's stupid. And yeah, like before she flies off, she tries to use like the fist energy, vague energy powers in her fist. And yeah, now that you mentioned that, she repeatedly uses it, but it doesn't swap her. And
Yep.
then it swaps her once she flies. So
It'll
maybe
swap
you're right.
you.
It'll swap you whenever it's convenient for the plot. That's it.
Uh,
I think
exactly.
I think that's the biggest proof of what you said there. That the powers are bullshit. You know, the swapping thing. I think that's the main example of that where it sticks out like a sore thumb. Because why didn't she swap instantly when she was just glowing her fist? You know, I don't know. What difference does it make when she flies and she used
Well,
glowy
exactly.
fist?
That's why I say that it's completely abandoned once it's established
Mm-hmm.
the the power scaling stuff. And so, for example, like we missed this, but at the very beginning, when Captain Marvel goes to the moon planet to
Mm-hmm.
try and discover the disturbance that opened the portal that Monica Rambeau is also exploring at the same time, Captain Marvel fights Kree people after the power change thing has been established. And then what she does is she takes what I think 15 of them out in less than a second by just jumping on them and spreading her energy powers. However, in the entire fight sequence that we just covered, it's only two Kree that they're fighting. Two. That's it. And no one can take them out. Even though they
Yeah.
still have full use of their powers and basically barely switch.
Yep. And yeah, after Brie Larson flies up, like Monica Rambeau, like I'm gonna call her Photon because Monica Rambeau is a bloody mouthful.
No, dude.
She flies as well. They fly now. They all fly now. Like, why not make Miss Marvel fly as well? Like, what's the point? Because Captain Marvel and Photon, they have basically the same powers now. Photon probably has the most vaguest powers now, and it's just like
It's just light.
murky
That's
the
what
water.
they
The
say.
more vague you make your powers, the more confused we are as to what they can do. When are they harmed in battle?
Hmm.
Are they vulnerable? Are they not vulnerable? Was the idea always that she was meant to fly? Because they did not demonstrate that whatsoever in
No.
WandaVision. Like, yeah, sure, she flies.
It's like,
How
yeah,
are you
black girl
able to fly?
magic.
It's
That
just
that's pretty
yeah.
much it. I mean, at least have a scene in the beginning of the movie. This is why I said that maybe the film would have benefited from a slightly longer runtime, so that you can establish something like this. So at least the first time we see her, she should be on Saber with Fury trying to help her. Let's
Mhm.
say learn how to fly with her powers, so that at least whenever we see the scene that we're at where you've got Miss Marvel falling out of the sky, there's some sense of stakes because we know
Mm.
that Monica Rambeau can't fly at this
Like,
point, but she
yeah,
has to. So like just little things like that, man, could have made for a more coherent or a more cohesive
yeah.
movie.
Uninspired. Say I throw you in a vat of toxic radioactive waste, right? And you get laser sight. You know, you can shoot lights from your hands. You know, all over the
Hmm.
place. Okay, that's pretty cool. You know, oh, you can phase through stuff, kind of like vision. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Okay, interesting path. Okay, fly now.
No.
Quick, a civilian is throwing from the sky. Go catch him. Yeah, you can fly, can't you?
Yeah, I'll say give me a jet and
But
I'll fly.
why the hell am I assuming that you're able to fly
Hmm.
all of a sudden? It just
Yep.
feels so completely out of place, with no setup at all. But
It's so
but you
stupid,
you
man.
fell you fell in the vat of radioactive waste, so you should be able to fly. Like
Dude, if I fell in a vat
that's
of
what I
radioactive
mean.
waste, I'd end up like the dude in RoboCop, man.
uh,
It's
it's
melted.
I just remembered. I saw that scene. That was very disturbing. Um, yeah, you just reminded me of something very grim. Thanks for that.
You're
Uh,
welcome.
so yeah, there's no setup whatsoever for it.
Yeah. And I
Why
mean,
are we
look,
meant to assume
chat,
that
I
she's fine?
literally gave you a proper setup, which would have
Mhm.
cost one scene. That's it. One
Yeah,
scene. And, like, it's just one scene that you say before we see Monica Rambeau in space. That's
yeah,
it. It would have literally cost you what 2 minutes of the runtime just to
yep,
make one like very very important sequence in the movie more coherent, and it would have added stakes. This is how much thought the writers had put into it.
yep. Okay, so the next scene is Photon and Miss Marvel are on an alien planet.
Yep.
Remember that? On an alien planet, probably millions of light years away from Earth, and you know they have a bit of a talk down with the villain. Woman, the accuser, blasts them for some reason. I don't know why. And out of
She's
nowhere, Brie
angry.
Larson appears, and I'm just like, did I Jack Sparrow the wrong version? Did they turn the camera off and on somewhere? Am I
Yep.
missing like a huge chunk of that? Because no way was Brie Larson that quick to get from Earth to this alien planet. Like absolute bullshit. I
Nope.
don't know how on earth she's here. No
Dude, it's
idea.
crazy because they do establish that to leave this planet, you need to go through those wormholes. So, the wormholes that we're talking about, chat, is the same wormholes that you see in Guardians of the Galaxy, mainly in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, you know, the ones where they use
Hmm.
for space travel,
Yeah.
basically. And those you need that to leave the planet where they're currently on, which is Tarnax, the skull, the Skrulls refugee planet. That's where they are right now.
Mm.
But Captain Marvel just appears in less than 45 seconds by flying, which is crazy.
She can go by light speed, but I don't think that'd be enough.
No, dude, that's just super OP. you're, you're thinking about
That's
it
just
too much.
no. I don't. We have no idea where this screw refugee planet is, and the fact that she just shows up, it's just like this has to be a editing mistake because no way did she get here that quick. Like,
Oh no.
are the people that edited this assuming that yeah, she just got that here that quick from planet Earth?
Well, I mean, they probably weren't the same
Bullshit.
people that edited the last sequence of the movie. Then,
See, yeah, no, because this is why switching places would cause a problem. Because what if the other person is on the other side of the galaxy? Like they thought about this gimmick of switching places over and over, and didn't they think that this would be a problem?
nope. They didn't.
Like,
Well, they didn't care because that's the thing. It's like if you have a gimmick like this, you have to try and keep it localized. So you always
right,
have to have the three in one sort of location, or if they're in a different location, they have to be at least, let's say, very close flying distance. So at the other end of a city, not at the other end of the fucking galaxy.
yeah. Maybe a scene where you fix that is Darben, instead of executing them on the spot, throws them in a jail cell for later execution or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. And then Captain Marvel breaks them out or something. Like clumsy, but it avoids bullshit like this.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
the scene that I just pitched is not that smart either, because Photon is probably going to get out of jail, and it's kind of cliche that the villain just throws them in jail and expects them not to escape. But it would have made more sense than this, which is not at all. Yeah, so then they evacuate the scrolls. Captain Marvel, interesting, says that we can't save them all to Miss Marvel. And she's like, ooh, interesting. Are they? Is Miss Marvel going to lose faith now in Captain Marvel? Like, she's just adamant on saving everyone, but Captain Marvel is more strict and says, no, we can't save everyone. It's just a conflict here of character. Like, no, they do nothing with it.
Yep. Nope.
Nothing. Nada.
Nope. Nothing.
Zilch. Just when I thought, okay, if you can make characters argue or have conflict with each other, that's what's interesting. That's why Civil War is so interesting because we like Captain America, we like Tony Stark, and the tension between them is what engages us.
Well, it's not only the tension between them that engages us, it's the foundation of that tension, which is
Mhm.
absolutely real, which is why it
Yep.
engages us. Because at this point, you've got Monica Rambeau. What is her conflict with Captain Marvel? It's oh, you abandoned me as a kid because you went off to protect an entire fucking civilization from being wiped out. And I'm being a
Let
bitch about it 30 years later.
let me play you the smallest violin. Hang on, even smaller.
The world's smallest violin. Yep, that's essentially it. So, how can you get conflict out of something so artificial? You can't. Or you can draw it out, but then it doesn't work. Look at Civil War. Civil War, you literally have Tony Stark's parents that are killed by Bucky. That is a very strong foundation for conflict. You also have
Mhm.
Bucky and Steve's relationship, a very solid foundation as well. And it's like, these are realistic things that even the viewer can identify as. It's like, no, he killed my parents. I know how much I love my parents. I'm gonna kill this dude. I don't care if he's your friend. Here it's just like,
Mhm.
you're a grown ass woman, Monica. You can fucking understand the stakes are bigger than you at this point. Like, grow the
Yeah,
fuck up.
yeah, it's babyish. And the next thing we have is the Valkyrie
Oh yeah, you
cameo,
forgot
I guess you could call it.
Darben's mission. Darben's mission is to
Mm,
essentially like suck out the oxygen from one planet, suck
yeah,
out the water from another planet, and steal the sun from a different solar system just to put that in the Kree world and replace their sun, their water, and their air. Because that's fucking doable, I guess.
wait. I hear this all the time, right? That evidence of God, blah 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 blah. I know it seems random, but I'll get to the point. Like evidence of God. Like, how is it that the sun is the perfect distance away from our Earth, not to melt us completely off the face of the Earth, and not too far away for us to freeze over? All right. So
Mm,
the sun is the perfect distance away from her. The sea level is not too much and not too little as well, and blah blah blah. Like all these things in our solar system around our Earth is perfectly placed, right, for us to exist.
mhm.
How on earth are you going to snatch the sun and what? Are you going to put it in the right place? How,
It makes zero
like,
fucking sense.
I, are you not going to make it too hot or not enough hot? Like
Dude, it
the
makes zero
water level, are
sense.
you going to make it too little, or
Yeah,
it's not
because
a
she
matter of
does
just pinching
steal.
it and it's
Like
just
you make an even better point because she steals from a planet that's said to be 99.3% water. It's like, and she's also said to only steal from the planets that Brie Larson's Captain Marvel, um, like has a special place in her heart for. So she's not really calculating the dimensions and the actual like properties
wait.
of whatever she's stealing if they can
Wait,
work for
how
the
did
planet where she's
Darben
going.
know that she has a affinity for that planet?
No one fucking knows, man. Just the plot.
What? Wait. No, that's incredibly contrived now that I think about it. Right. So Darben needs that amount of water from a planet, and that amount of water is the perfect planet that Brie Larson married the prince of. Do you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you,
Like
it's completely contrived.
layers
It's
and layers
very, very,
of
very contrived.
contrivances here. Yeah. Yeah,
Incredibly
that is
contrived.
stupid. Yeah, the Goldilocks zone. Yep, that's exactly the planets. It could work if you were the Dark Elder from Warhammer, but they're a million-year-old civilization with stupid man sense. Yeah, okay,
Yeah, I mean,
whatever.
yeah. Right now, it's just a
Warhammer
woman
nerd
with a
in the chat.
bracelet.
Gee. Um, yeah, I mean, Warhammer is pretty cool though.
It
It
is.
looks cool. I always wanted to get into it, but I'll
Same,
never.
but there's just too much lore to learn when you're getting into it. It's kind of like
Mhm.
what's it called? Like Five Nights at Freddy's and stuff like that. It's like if you don't sit down
I'm
and watch a
I'm
19-hour lore video, you're gonna be lost.
I'm a Five Nights at Freddy's. I know exactly what you mean. Um, I don't even claim to know all the lore.
Dude, don't worry. I've had my fair share of Five Nights at Freddy's lore videos, man. I've probably watched over
Yeah.
20 hours of lore videos.
What did you think of the movie?
I haven't seen it yet, man.
Okay.
I haven't had time to watch it, but it's just like it's still on my radar. I'll probably watch it next week, actually, whenever I get my Marvels video done.
Okay. It's a mixed bag.
I've
I
heard
still
it's
liked it, you
boring.
know?
That's it. Well, it can be worse than the Marvels, so.
No, it Five Nights at Freddy's is definitely a better movie than the Marvel. It's definitely a movie made for the fans.
Hmm.
Which I enjoyed. Anyway, going back to I'm forgetting the actress's name.
Tessa Thompson?
Tessa Thompson. Yes, because that's exactly what she acts like.
Yep.
Samuel L. Jackson acts like Samuel L. Jackson, and Tessa Thompson acts like Tessa Thompson. They had like a total of 2 minutes of screen time, Captain Marvel and her.
2 minutes
and
is being
already
very generous.
maybe less. And already the shippers are going crazy and acting like they're in a lesbian relationship. I'm like, okay, where the hell did this come from?
Yeah, where
This
the hell did they
shipping.
meet anyways? Where the hell did
No,
they
that's a
like,
very
because
good question.
they met in Endgame, but they were
When?
just in that one sequence where you saw all the women walking up. That was pretty much it.
Ah,
So it's like,
no.
I don't know. Do they
In that
talk after this?
when, look in that end game sequence, right? Um, I was just like watching that movie, and then it played the infamous segment, right? And I was
Mhm.
like, when it started, I'm like, oh, Nebula's there running. Okay, who's she with? Wasp. I'm like, huh. Those characters don't have really anything to do with each other, but okay, I'm interested. Interesting pair up. All right, what are you going to do? And then another character is just like, huh, Scarlet Witch. Again, they don't have anything to do with each
Dude,
other.
my cinemas
And,
was
and,
roars and boos, bro.
and then another character came out. I was just like, hang on, these characters have nothing to do with it. What am I missing here? Then I like thought about it for like 5 seconds. Like, oh, they're all women. Oh,
Dude, my cinema, everyone
oh,
would either burst out fucking laughing. And keep in mind, my cinema, when I went to see Endgame, I actually left
mhm.
the theater without a voice. So that's how loud the fucking cinema was, man. It was
Wow,
like a concert. And can you imagine hearing like what 500 to 1,000 people just laugh their asses off when the scene comes? People were just like, what the fuck?
wow, wow.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
it's just embarrassing because before that scene, like they were showing like sometimes Avengers, sometimes Guardians, and I guess a part of my brain did really think like, okay, they're doing some kind of weird team up here with some characters, but no, it's just
Nope.
some dipshit for these characters are all women. Let's have them in a scene together. Like, fuck's
Basically.
sake, you need the characters more to do with each other apart from having the same genitals. You idiots.
And
It
so like
annoyed me.
that's the extent of which we know Captain Marvel and what's her name, Valkyrie have
Yeah,
like that's
they
the
have the
extent
same
of them
genitals, so
meeting.
they're friends.
That's it. Yep. And I mean, there's never anything properly established with Thor except for when he grabs Stormbreaker and he's like, "Oh, I like this one." That's it, because Captain Marvel doesn't flinch, and that is not friendship, man. Like, come on, you can't tell me that she went to visit Asgard for a reason, because she's been like looking for a house for the Skrulls for 30 years. It's like,
Asgard lost a home. Aren't they looking for a home?
dude, they found
They
new
can't live on
Asgard
Earth.
with the Thanos ice cream shop, man. That's where they live. That's where they're chilling
Wait,
now.
did you watch Thor: Love and Thunder?
Yeah, I reviewed it even.
Right. Where did they place the Asgardians? Do the Asgardians find a new planet?
No, it's Earth, isn't it? It's a new Asgard
It's
on
oh,
Earth,
so
I
it's
guess.
just on Earth.
Yeah, that's it.
So they take these Skrull refugees just to Earth.
Okay, so the thing about the Skrulls refugees is that at the end of Secret Invasion, you have the president of the United States that said that anything that's non-human is considered a threat to the
Oh,
country.
alien racism.
Yeah, but keep in mind this is only America, so they can just
Okay.
drop the Skrulls on a fucking island in the middle of nowhere and they can still thrive. Like, nothing is stopping them from that at all. It's not as if they don't have the advanced technology to defend
I,
themselves
I
as well.
I don't think New Asgard as well is why Asgardians should be looking for their planet of their own,
Yeah, they
not just
should.
everyone on Earth.
I'm telling you, man. Like, they
Stupid.
just don't give a shit. The writers
No.
can't keep track of all of this. But you've got Valkyrie that comes in. She's just like, yeah, I'll take the scrolls for you. And she takes them. That's it. Problem
On
solved.
planet Earth, where they said they're not welcome,
Yeah, I guess.
and yeah, whatever,
So weird.
whatever. Then Darben takes off gas masks at Hala, I guess, because she.
He gave them
I
oxygen.
right. I don't think that works.
No, it doesn't. It does not fucking. Nothing scientifically can work
But
with what Halo's planning to do.
right, why? Why don't they just plant trees? I don't fucking know.
I mean,
To
yeah, it
get
has been
oxygen.
30
Why do you
years.
have to
True.
steal it from another planet? Like, the oxygen is kind of easy to make,
Yeah,
you
but
know.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's
But
it's a weird plan that would never work. Honestly, scientifically speaking, it's not gonna work. Even in the MCU, with all the crazy science tech that they have, it would never work either.
oxygen elements, right? What? Right. So wait, was it carbon and something else? I'm missing. What
What
elements make
O2
up
and
oxygen?
CO2?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
need
It just
CO2 to make photosynthesis by trees, and then after that, they change it into O2, and then the cycle
I
continues.
I'm sure, like, out of all the problems, I'm sure you could figure out the oxygen part without stealing fucking. I don't
I
know.
mean, dude, they have fucking thousands or millions of oxygen tanks because how are they breathing with their oxygen, with their gas mask, like with their
Where did
mask?
they get it from? The oxygen
Exactly,
tanks, like,
dude. They
how
don't think about any of this.
how does a planet run out of? I don't know.
We're thinking
Oh,
about
I
it
should
more than the writers, man. I'm telling you.
Well, I would have liked to see like the process of decay of this planet, of how the hell they run out of oxygen. But what the
Mm,
hell do I know? Okay, so next scene. After they get the oxygen somehow through that small little portal hole. Oh,
yep,
we have the flashback sequence of her destroying the
the supercomputer.
yeah. Oh, I forget the
Yeah,
name.
I don't know, the Kree super intelligence. I guess that's what it's
The
called.
Supreme Intelligence, something like that.
Yeah,
And that just kills the planet. And it's just like, how does a computer kill the planet?
it doesn't
Like,
even kill the planet. They say that it leads to a civil war that then kills the planet. I don't even fucking know, man.
yeah, it just like you said, it feels like we've been just teleported to a third movie and not a second movie.
Yep.
Yeah, Captain Marvel in a tank top, yippee, best moment of the film. And
Yeah.
Photon have a conversation. She makes a screwdriver with her finger for some reason. She can do that apparently, even though
Yeah.
it's Kamala that can do the constructs. How does Photon do
That's
it?
actually true because Kamala can actually manipulate light and make it into matter, but Photon can just see it. That's what she says. I don't even, dude. Her powers, they don't do
Like,
anything to properly establish her
wouldn't
powers.
you ask Kamala to make her a screwdriver?
You would actually. You would, yeah, dude. I'm telling you, we're putting in way more thought than the writers. Well, I think
Doesn't
that
make any
also the
sense.
big problem is the photon, like her powers aren't properly established as to their limits. So when you
Mhm.
don't understand that at all, how can you even use it in your story? That's the big issue.
Mm. So yeah, they talk. They have some chemistry, I suppose. They use the scroll torture device for memories for some reason. Again, it's like Captain Marvel 2, and we missed a movie, which is
I
all
mean,
these
dude, they
flashbacks.
use it for no reason as well too, because so they use it because they want to get the location of the next planet that Darben is going on, because they had to leave Tarnax in a hurry. And the fact of this is that they think that it's in Kamala Khan, so Miss Marvel's memory, because she said that she saw the like the space what's it called, the trajectory on Darben's computer. And so that's why they're using the memory thing. But
I don't
then,
think that's how memory works.
exactly, dude,
Like,
well, it
if you
doesn't
were to
even work.
replay a video of my memory, I think the screen would be blank because I didn't directly look at that. It's
Well, yeah,
that's
this
my
is
theory, by the way.
unless the machine like taps directly into your subconscious. That's it. There's the only place that you could get it, but it doesn't really tap into your subconscious. That's not how it works. And so,
Hmm.
um, that's what they try and do. But then you've got Monica and Captain Marvel who basically like mesh their memories, because you've got Captain Marvel that visited Monica Rambeau's mom when she had cancer back during the blip. So Monica was blipped
Hmm.
at that time, and yeah, then they
Yeah,
stop without
that
even getting the
reminds me.
location.
Like Monica Rambeau and Brie Larson seem about similar age-wise, even though in Captain Marvel she's a little girl and Brie Larson just stays the same age. I'm like, just like, what is the age difference between these two?
20 years, I think, because I googled how old Captain Marvel is in the MCU. They say she's 56. That's it. Yeah,
In that
Google it,
tank
man.
top.
Oh yeah, she's 56. That's it.
Really?
Well, I
What?
mean, when you space travel, if you go by interstellar logic, the movie Interstellar, if you go by that
Right.
logic, then
See,
maybe
I was thinking maybe it was something to do with the blip, and that's why they're like weird ages now. But it's just like
no,
maybe
the
it's the
blip was only
Kree
5 years,
blood
man. That was them.
transfusion.
I think so. I don't think that she ages actually.
Why did they ever mention that?
No, never. They never mention it in the first Captain Marvel movie, and they never mention it in this one or Miss Marvel or anything WandaVision either.
That's not weird at all. I was just like thinking about that, and now you answered my question. Apparently, oh no, I just looked at my screen and guess what scene we're on next?
What the
The, mu-
the
the
flirting
musical.
scene?
No, the musical scene.
Oh God.
The flirting scene. They're setting that up with Nick Fury. Just to wait, but
Yeah.
so
Everything that goes on with Nick Fury and the family at this point, because the family follows Miss Marvel's family follows Nick
yeah,
Fury into space on the Saber platform.
for some
So
reason.
everything that happens to them just feels like they needed Nick Fury to be busy. So they just gave him like a random subplot. That was it.
Stupid. But yeah, they visit the planet with the right percentage of water, with exactly that and pinching that exact planet to which Brie Larson married someone on that. It was just that is the most contrived bullshit
It is
I've seen in a
incredibly
movie. Like,
contrived. Incredibly
I'm
contrived.
I'm amazed. This should be like the level of contrivances. Like, wow,
Yeah,
amazing.
completely contrived, man. Nothing
Yeah.
nothing goes logically. There are no logical beats in the movie. It's just
Mm,
this thing happens, so this thing happens, and this thing happens,
right.
and that's it.
Right. So did you pay attention to this scene? Because I was cringing and rolling my eyes too much to pay
No,
attention
dude.
to this scene.
It,
They
it was
said
so stupid.
something that they can only communicate through singing.
hmm And they only understand you if you sing back. So if you say hello, they won't understand. But if you say hello, they'll understand. Which is
Okay.
fucking stupid. Absolutely stupid.
All
And
right.
just like
I
the
am
premise
Groot
of
says I
switching
am Groot.
powers.
I can buy that, but this is harder for me to swallow.
Dude, it's just stupid. Plus, like the premise of the power switching, they
Mhm.
abandoned that one scene later. That was it.
No, exactly. Like the prince, like speaks to Darben in a normal voice. He doesn't sing.
Yeah, he's bilingual according to to Captain Marvel. That's what he said.
Oh,
And that's
can't
it.
everyone? Can't just some? Wait, is he just bilingual, or can't other people kind of
Well, no, because
learn it?
at one point you've got Monica that tries to talk to a kid, and the kid doesn't even acknowledge her.
Oh,
So it's just the prince.
that's convenient.
It
That he's
is.
bilingual.
And yeah, Brie Larson is married to the prince too. The prince who's actually played by a K-pop star. So yeah. I'm telling you, man, they were really trying to get everyone to watch this movie. They were like, "Fuck it, we can cash in on the K-pop money. Let's just get this
Huh?
dude."
Whose idea was this? A singing musical planet? Like,
Well,
I've said this before in my shorts review, right? That
mm,
they made this movie targeting it at women, by putting cats in it, by putting musical scenes in it. And to be honest, I don't think that appeals to women. I think women might have higher standards than this
oh, dude,
shitty
like for
movie.
me, the Marvels was made for children. Honestly, in all honesty, I
Mm.
think it was made for kids because I can feel a child watching this and enjoying it, because it's just like, oh, something happens, cool lights and stuff. Children, boys or girls, any of them. Like, I just feel like this is for a child. That's it. And that's an insult to actual kids movies, because I mean, you've got Surfs
Mm,
Up, The Incredibles, great
mm,
kids movies, Treasure Planets as well. At least they try and give you an actual story. But this
yeah,
one is just like, fuck it, consume.
yeah. Because the reason I feel like I think they wanted a more of a female target demographic, and in doing so, they they went so overboard in trying. Okay, what do girls like? They like kittens. They like princesses. They like marriages. They like singing. In doing so, they've managed to pander to no one because it's
Yep.
so shit.
Except for
You know,
children. That's it. That's why I think that they were trying to tap into the kids market, because they know that if kids go and see this, then they're forcibly dragging their
but,
parents, you know?
but kids are already watching MCU movies. It's just like I don't know. It's
Yeah,
almost stupid.
it's really weird, man. It's the tone isn't all over the place, as I've heard some people say, because the tone is just
Mhm.
consistent throughout of being incredibly
Oh shit.
childish. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the tone. But yeah, I was in physical pain watching this scene. I apparently it's adapted from actual modern Cats and Marvel musics,
Oh
comics.
god.
So
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, just to praise the Eternals, which I never thought
mhm.
I'd say, at least the Eternals Bollywood scene was better than this. It had more life. This one just felt incredibly lifeless. The
Wait, it
musical
was a
number.
Bollywood
Yeah.
scene in it. Okay, you know what? I won't ask.
Yeah, when
I
they
hate
went to go
I
get
hate
the
musicals.
Indian dude from the Eternals, Kumal Nanjiani's character, he
Okay.
was a Bollywood actor. So when they arrived on set, he was doing a musical. At least that one was better than this.
Hmm. Whatever. I just want to get past it. So that band somehow steals the bracelet
Yep.
because they're idiots.
Well, because the
Um.
plot made them switch switch locations conveniently again.
Okay. Let. You know what? I'm just gonna skip all the bullshit and let's go straight to the next episode scene. The Flurkin evacuation pod.
Oh yeah.
This
So
is a mix
stupid.
of a horror scene and comedy.
Dude, I
And it
feel like
doesn't
they should
work
have gone
whatsoever.
full blown horror for this scene. It could have been great. Like, imagine just like kind of like aliens, the flashing lights. So everything is dark. All you hear are people running, and you just hear like slimy stuff, and you don't really understand what's going on. And then that's when like the flurkin just appears. You just see like 1,000 eyes in the dark, and then tentacles grab someone. Dude, it could have been great. You could have scared the shit out of people with it, but nope.
And they have to kill the cats.
Yeah. So yeah, like Nick
That'd be
Fury's
more
big plan is getting all the people on Saber, which is like the space station,
hmm
evacuated
inside these
because
cats.
yeah, they have to get swallowed by the
Yeah.
Flurkins.
I have
Which
several questions as to
can they breathe?
yeah, as the first, can they breathe inside the cats?
Hmm.
How do they fit in there unless they are absolutely crushed and their bodies? How is it like a pocket dimension? I don't bloody. Uh, can 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 one cat swallow more than one person? Then why is it only one
Yes,
person? Why do
yes.
they
No,
meet so many
they could
cats?
swallow way more than one person. Like some cats were
So
swallowing three
okay,
people, man.
okay. So why did they need that many cats?
Well, I'll give you a better question. Where the fuck did the cat eggs even come from?
I'm pretty sure one of the cats laid them, even though
There was only
cats
one cat,
aren't.
and the cat was Goose. That was it.
How did that cat get pregnant?
Yeah, exactly.
How? And why are they laying eggs when the cats are okay? They look like mammals, but I suppose they're
Dude, it's just the
reptilians.
Deus Ex Machina that the writers needed to evacuate Saber. That
Right.
was it. It's exactly the same way that they brought in Valkyrie to evacuate the Skrulls, because they were like, okay,
Yeah.
they're in the way of the story now. How do we get rid of them? Oh, let's just get Valkyrie to come pick him up. That's it.
It's
Boom.
stupid.
Problem solved.
Uh, no, it's just like when I think about it, why multiple cats? Why not just one? If they can swallow so much. I don't
Because
know.
spectacle,
Because
cats,
yeah,
flurkins.
ladies like the cats, right? The cat ladies
Have you
like.
seen the Marvel the video where the
Yes.
Marvel posted of the premiere of the Marvels, like on the not on the red carpet, but like the premiere video that they did in Las Vegas? You saw it.
Yes.
Everyone was like, "Oh my god, I miss the flurkins, I miss the
The
cats, I miss the cats."
yeah,
Come on, man.
and there was like a AR. Um, what Kevin Feige alongside some producers and stuff like that was standing, and like the AR like cats were like floating around them,
Yeah, basically. Well,
and it's
they
just like,
even used the
oh,
Las Vegas Dome, you know, that new one that they made.
uh,
Yeah, like the cat was on the dome. I don't
uh,
know, man.
I feel so sorry for you in the spot. I know they um, massacred your people.
Listen, at
Or
least they
massacred
got
them.
handsomely paid, man. I've been told that they were paid properly. And plus, after that,
Okay.
they had to do a fucking 8 hour promotional live stream as well.
Hmm.
So,
Okay, so let's just get on to the final fight scene. They have a final confrontation with Darben.
yes.
And Photon all of a sudden thinks of this brand new idea. Hang on, Bree, you can reactivate the sun. Darben, you don't have to take planet Earth's sun. Bree can just activate yours. And just like, Bree, no shit. Wow, we could have used this information about, I don't know,
30
anytime
years
earlier than
ago?
this. Yeah.
Dude, it's even worse that the fact that Captain Marvel is like, yeah, you're right. I can actually do that. It's like, what? No, just say
You,
you
you
can't.
you can just do that. Like, wow.
And at that point,
So
it's also a plot issue. So, for example, one thing that I do when I break down plot and
mhm,
scripts and stuff like that, it's so the stake levels that you're giving me is the fact that we've seen Captain Marvel in this movie. Essentially, the first thing that we see her do is let's say get rid of about 15 to 20 people in one blast, then struggle to fight two people, then struggle to fight Darben single-handedly, and now you're telling me that she's so powerful she has enough energy to restart a sun. And it's like, you're supposed to go progressively with your stakes if you're writing
mhm,
a film. So, one example that I'm going to use in my review is Alien and Aliens. So, for example, Alien it establishes the one single xenomorph is enough to wreak havoc, is enough to be fucking terrifying. Now, what the
mhm,
sequel does is it gives you aliens. So there are multiple xenomorphs. In your head, automatically, you know the danger level of one, and you can associate it to what happens. So when you have multiple, it's like, oh my god, this is crazy. The same with Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 with the T1000 and the T100. It's something that just happens in your brain. You may not realize it that that's how stake levels are when they progress. However, your brain will acknowledge it. And at this point in the story, we're at the end, and
mhm.
all of this has happened. You're just like, so you could have ended everything in a second if you actually tried. And
Yeah.
like, what does that tell me about your character?
It's all just stupid. And yeah, Darben is just nope. I'll take this planet Earth sun anyway. I don't care if you can help me.
Yep.
Whatever.
And keep
Sure.
in mind,
You
Darben
can
was
take
defeated
their
by a piece
offer,
of
right?
falling metal,
Oh,
man.
you know what? Okay, Bree, since I can't really kill you because you can't be killed. Yeah, go activate our son, and then you can pinch Miss Marvel or whatever while she does that or something. Like you could have been smarter about this if you really wanted to kill them, like
Hmm.
stab them in the back. But you know what? Whatever, you do you.
Yep.
Um, because that way you get your son activated,
Hmm.
and you can stab them in the back.
Yep.
It's
Well, I
it's
mean,
rather than just stab them in the back immediately when they offer you a hand. Uh,
it's so stupid because keep in mind, Darben has been shown to tank incredible blasts, and then she basically gets defeated by a piece of ceiling that falls down on her with just a small piece of metal that hits her abdomen. That's pretty much it.
yeah,
And she's like crying as if she's about like she's dead. It, I don't. It's fucking crazy, man.
no, it's stupid. Uh, Hello everyone. Sounds like everyone enjoyed the movie. Yeah. Oh no, we had a riveting time, don't you?
Oh yeah, it was great.
Thank you for coming back. Okay, so we're finally on to the end, I suppose. And oh boy, what an ending it was. Did you know the Darth Ben scene where she like melts away from like the purple energy stuff? That was shown in the trailer.
Oh, dude, I remember. Yeah, because before
Yeah.
watching the movie, I actually watched all the trailers because that's how I do it. And I saw the scene. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, even like look, I'm pretty sure Fringy from EPUB noticed it as well. I just like I noticed it too. I'm like, is that the death scene of the villain? And she's like, why
Uh
would
huh.
you put that in your trailer?
Because it looks cool. It was probably one of the
Uh,
only completed VFX shots that they had. They were like, "Fuck it, let's put it in the trailer."
God, imagine scrolling through the Marvels movie and you're just like, we don't really have anything to put in the trailer. Quick, what can I do? How about the death scene of the villain? That looks cool. That
Dude, they
just
didn't put a
shows you how
Valkyrie
much they
cameo
had to
in it.
show in the trailer to make it look cool. They had nothing.
Dude,
It was struggling.
listen, they showed every single thing in the movie in the trailer. Even the X-Men cameo at the end was shown in the trailer. You see Monica on the table speaking to her mom in the trailer. It's for like a second and a half. The only thing you don't see in the trailer is Beast. That's it.
Mm.
But everything else was spoiled.
It's yeah, and it's like Photon is closing the portal, even though you could technically close it from the other side.
Dude,
Why can't you do that?
I don't know, man. It's so
Why did you
stupid.
have to go in and can't you close it from?
And keep in
What do
mind
I know?
that keep in mind that this is a portal that's opening in the universe where fucking X-Men exist. You don't think that they'd have Dark Phoenix out here like doing some shit? I don't fucking know.
Was Beast actually CGI? Yes.
He looked like a PS2 cutscene. I shit you not. Well, you know what? To be a bit like better, precisely, he looked like a PS4 cutscene. I swear to God.
Yeah. Yeah. It's for her to end up in the X-Men universe of all things.
At least it's a
That's
smart way to segue to like Deadpool 3, you know? So well,
right, but that's pretty
kudos for that,
contrived
but
that out of
stupid, yeah.
all the multiverse stuff, they end up with the fan servicey X-Men universe. No, it could have been like a hell dimension, could have been a planet with no one, but it would have been, I don't know, a whole
I
bunch
mean,
of
dude,
universes. No,
I would
just
have
that one
loved
in
for it
particular.
to be I would have loved for it to be, let's say, a random universe that we don't really know of, but like very, very good to comic book fans, so that we just
Hmm.
leave Monica Rambeau in that universe and we don't see her again for like a decade in the MCU. That
Yeah.
would have been great.
Her powers are just incredibly vague. Her character is vague. I just I felt nothing for any character in this film,
Well, it's
and yeah,
because they don't establish anything and they don't put any
yeah,
stakes in anything. So there are
uh,
never stakes. There are never any baselines of what is game and what isn't game. So, for example, what they can and can't do, there's no baseline. So, for the
mhm.
viewer, you don't really know whenever anyone's in danger. You're just like, okay, that's it.
uh, Actually, before we get onto the X-Men post-credit scene, good God, there was one more that's even cringe. Miss Marvel recruiting Kate Bishop for the Young Avengers.
Speaking of Kate Bishop, that's when Andrew pops up, dude.
Why are you a Haley Stanfield simp, Andrew?
Dude, both of us. Hell, I'd fight Andrew for Haley, no problem.
I mean, I can't knock you guys. I'll join the club as a simp, whatever. I'm pretty sure like Emma Watson's there as well and stuff like that, and Brie Larson in a tank top, probably. But I
But
won't
yeah,
admit that. I'll never admit that in public. Don't worry, guys. Guys, don't go spreading around this.
but I mean, it's
It's
crazy
a
that
secret.
they do try and set up Young Avengers, which is incredibly bold of the MCU to think that this is gonna work.
I wanted to crash my head against the bed rail when she said, "Did you know Ant-Man has a daughter?" I'm like, no, 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 no,
Dude.
no. No.
They want to do the Young Avengers, and the fact is that the way that hey Andrew, no, she's mine, bro. What are you talking about, man? What are you on about, bro? She's
What are you
mine.
all about? No. I'm pretty sure she's taken. What the hell, guy? Jeez.
Uh, and
Anyway,
so like
we were
the way that
distracted.
she the way that she also approaches, so the way that Miss Marvel comes up to Kate Bishop is kind
Like Nick
of
Fury.
like Nick Fury, exactly like Nick Fury
Yeah.
in the first Avengers. Well, no, the first Iron Man movie. I think that's it specifically. Yes,
Mhm.
in the first Iron Man movie, at the
Yeah.
post credit scene. That's how exactly how it is.
The fact that she mentions Ant-Man. Did you know Ant-Man has a daughter? And I'm like, no.
Yeah, the annoying one.
I'm still stuck on that part. Like, why would you even considering the flop that was Quantum Namia?
Yep, exactly.
Why would you even consider of making a team of Kate Bishop, Kamala Khan,
Dude,
and
it's so
Ant-Man's daughter that
stupid.
doesn't even have a name? What on God's earth would possess you to make a bullshit team like that? It's just beyond me.
Yeah, and yeah, Andrew, you do make a good point, man. It's kind of setting up Miss Marvel to be their leader, which she's the most fucking incompetent out of everyone.
Yep.
Kate Bishop is probably the most competent in all actuality.
Andrew, what 30 seconds are you referring to the Brie Larson
Haley,
because it's so oh okay. All right, okay. Fair enough. I, actually, Haley didn't look like the Haley to me in the movie. Like she looks like a different actress. Was that just
uh,
me? I don't know why.
no, I don't. I just think that it's. I think it was a really like last minute cameo, so she wasn't
Okay.
like in shape for like Hawk, Kate Bishop mode, you know, because they do get these
Okay.
guys in shape. Even the girls, they do get them like in proper shape for the Marvel stuff. So I think that she was just chilling on her day off, and then they were like, "Yo, can you come in and shoot a cameo for 30 seconds?" She's like, "All right, fuck it. I'm contractually obligated anyways." So
Mm. Like if I had to cut something, I'd cut that post credit scene out. It's just like don't set up the Young Avengers, especially with Cassie, especially with Miss
mhm.
Marvel. Kate
Oh
Bishop,
yeah.
I don't mind for the eye candy, but still, it's just like what on earth were you thinking with assembling Young Avengers out of all the other teams you could have? Like Young Avengers in the comics were like you had young Iron Lad who essentially became Kang. It's just this is not
Mhm.
even the Young Avengers roster.
Well,
It's
it's crazy because it's it's kind of what Phase 5 has done. It's building yourself on a shitty foundation, which is horrible, you know?
Mhm.
Because these young Avengers characters, all the ones that we've seen set up, including, you know, I bet you they're going to have what's her name? Florence Pugh's character. I even forgot Natasha Romanoff's sister. And I
Yeah.
bet you they're going to have her too. And these guys don't have a strong foundation to build upon. Probably the only one that has an actual proper foundation is Kate Bishop, which is why
Mhm.
she's the most likable as well. Because even though Hawkeye was a very uh, mid show, they did do a lot with her character, which I do appreciate. But the rest of them, absolute nothing. I mean, look at Miss Marvel in this movie. Miss Marvel in this movie, I feel like they wanted to give her the arc of seeing what death and loss is like because you're now a superhero. So they tried to do
Mm.
that when the Kree planet wait, no, when the Skrull planet was completely dead and she was
Mhm.
trying to save everyone. Then again when Monica Rambeau dies well, goes to the other dimension at the end. So for her, like Monica Rambeau is dead, you know, technically.
Yeah.
So but they only use 15 or 20 seconds of runtime in the entire movie for her to acknowledge all of that. So she doesn't show any growth, you know, and the arc that you wanted to
Well,
put her on, well, there you go. It doesn't work. So there's nothing for her to like build on. It's crazy.
yep.
Bless you.
And thank you. And yeah, the comments say Cassie taking a lot to do my comments. She's like, just don't be a dick. You know,
Yep.
that's perfect Young Avengers material right there. And throughout all this movie, you're right. Uninspired. It's just like, was there any character growth in this? Was there scratch that? Was there anything done with this apart from the
No,
tease
nobody
of
had an arc.
level 3? It just
Nobody.
felt like products. You know,
Yeah.
the actors had contracts, so we need to make this movie quick. Let's end it.
Basically, yeah, because I even
Yeah.
wrote in my notes at the end of the movie, I was writing which characters went on which arcs, and
Mhm.
none of them. They try to give them a semblance of an arc, but they only take about a minute or two in total of the runtime to set up and pay off the arc that they're trying to establish. And they do it in 3 minutes, and the rest of the movie is just like, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, but you're not really addressing them becoming something better during those things that are happening, which is a complete misfire.
Yep. Phase 5 is a DLC that really should have been the straight part of a new game. Yep.
Yep.
I have not seen this movie, but I won't because I have been. Okay.
Dude,
You
I still
see,
haven't seen like the first. I think I haven't seen. I've only seen the first 2 episodes of Invincible. I haven't had time to watch the rest. Well, I'm talking about season 2. I've seen the entire
oh,
season 1.
okay, okay, good, 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 good. The thing is, with Invincible, I loved the dynamic between Omni Man and well, Invincible himself, and I feel like we're not going to get much of Omni Man in season 2, which is making
Probably
me
not.
really consider just getting the comic and reading it all. Because by the time they go back to Omni Man, I'll be like 50 years old. Um, so yeah, I'm just considering reading the because I'm that invested. I want to know what happens next. Like this season feels like more so of the aftermath of the last episode. Which okay, I don't mind that, but I kind of want to see what happens. Where you're gonna take Omni Man? Like,
Oh yeah.
is Mark gonna see him again? You know, are they gonna have a confrontation? Are they going to forgive each other, which is something I find
I mean,
fascinating.
I haven't read the comic, but
Mhm.
it is Robert Kirkman who also made The Walking Dead, and Robert Kirkman, fantastic comic book writer, fantastic,
Mm,
like he knows how to tell a story in comic book. He knows how to use the full extent of that medium. So I'm sure that it
mhm.
would be good. It's not like The
Yeah.
Boys with Garth Ennis or Garth Ennis. I don't know what the fuck his
Mhm.
name is,
Ennis.
and
Yeah.
like that dude, the Boys, the comic book is absolute dog shit. I'm sorry, man. It sucks ass. So yeah.
uh, I think having Omni-Man is a good thing. We need to have these characters develop for this. Yeah, I
Yep.
agree with that.
Oh
I'm
yeah, for
just
sure.
saying, I'm getting old here. Can we
I think he's
tell
gonna
me?
appear in like kind of the last episode or the last 2 episodes,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Damn it. You know, and that it's just that's a good thing because it's making me want to read the comic. You know, because
Yeah.
we've been waiting a long while for season 2. I don't know how long. I don't know when season 1 came out.
I think season 1 dropped in
Uh,
2020, I guess.
yeah.
But they said that they
Uh,
started animation on season 3 and 4 already, so it's gonna be like very quick. Probably wait less than a year for both of them.
mm. Yeah. What happened to character arcs? These NUMC movies never slow down. It's okay to have quiet moments. Yep.
Well, the
Exactly.
quiet moments that they have turn into quips and jokes. So who gives a
Yeah.
shit?
It's this movie, right? So it ends on Monica Rambeau in a hospital bed seeing her mom, but it's not actually her mom. It's binary. Well,
It's
I think
her.
this is both for me.
It's her mom. In the other dimension. I don't even know which
Right.
superhero she
But
is.
yeah, she's binary or something like that. She's a another costume Carol Danvers had.
Yeah.
And she's meant to be like pure energy.
Yeah. I mean,
But
we
she
don't even
isn't.
see her
Because
powers
it's
or anything.
you know, the orange, it's meant to go with the skin and it's like pure energy.
Oh. Well, I mean,
So
even then, we have what 15 to 20 seconds with her, and it is absolute stupid dialogue
uh,
as well. You had one scene to make an impression of the
yeah,
X-Men, and you made them dumb. It is
yeah.
fucking crazy.
Like here's what I think happened with this post-credit scene, right? They had just the mum in this new dimension, and then they were like thinking, shit, no one knows who this character is. No one cares. What do we do? Well, we got to put some X-Men in there, right?
Mhm.
X-Men. Yeah, sure, whatever. Like, yeah, let's put Beast in there. Like, Beast to me it sticks out there like sore thumb. Like, what does he have to do
Dude, it's like,
with
which
Captain
X-Men could
Marvel
we
characters?
afford?
Like nothing. Beast has jack shit to do with Captain Marvel characters.
Dude,
Nothing. Absolutely
it's kind of
nothing.
like the Deadpool 2 joke where they're like, "Oh, which X-Men could we afford?" Beast. All right, cool. He's the cheapest one. Let's get him on. That's it. Charles
Uh,
Xavier would have been too expensive, so they name dropped
yeah.
him. Anyone else would
Yep.
have been too expensive, so they just name dropped them. They were like,
That's
"Fuck it."
Hugh Jackman would imagine if they got went for like Hugh Jackman or something. Like, wow,
Oh,
that'd
dude,
be
I'm
that'd be
telling you.
pathetic. Wow. I,
But like,
I wish they put Hugh Jackman in. I'd
dude,
laugh.
but for the chat, they had what about let's say a minute and a half of X-Men at the end, and
Mhm.
they made them absolutely stupid. So because you've got Monica Rambeau waking up, and the first thing she does is she looks and she sees her mom, and she
Mhm.
says "mom" like out
Mhm.
loud 4 fucking times
Yes,
repeatedly. And then you've got Beast that says, "Oh yeah, she's come from another dimension," stuff like that. And then you've got
which
Monica
is
Rambeau's
impossible.
mom that looks at her and is
Mm.
like, "Who are you?" It's like, dude, we
She
just
just
said that
told you.
you're your daughter from another. Are you dumb? Like, come on,
Like
man.
you could put two and two together. Like,
Yeah,
I,
you're supposed to be a superhero. You're supposed to be an X-Men, which means that you're smart, you're reactive, you can understand like a situation. A superhero
why?
has to have like situational awareness in dialogue and in action. Nope.
I don't know why they keep going back to Captain Marvel's friend here. I have no idea why they keep returning to her. Like, I completely forgot about her watching this
Dude,
movie.
no one cares about Monica Rambeau.
Like, I, why put her in a post credit? I don't like. I didn't care about her in Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness.
Hmm.
Like
Same.
whatsoever. It just felt like a last minute addition. Like I'm seeing this character every fucking where more than Brie Larson, and it's just like, why are you even bothering with a post credit scene here?
Oh, dude,
Like,
it's so stupid.
yeah, I don't know why she was in Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness. No idea. What
Well,
what,
they
what
just
was the
needed
attraction
a
there?
cameo. That's it, and the rest were
Mm,
expensive or dead. So that's all they
stupid.
could settle with.
That's probably the most pointless cameo in Multiverse of Madness is just her,
Well,
and
at this
now her
point,
at the end.
I think that at this point, like they have contractual obligations, so they can't really let them go, anyways.
Yeah. Anyway, that was the Marvels. Um, yeah, I wasted 1 hour and 40 minutes of my life. Chat, don't do the same. Don't watch this movie. Go
Mm.
go watch EFAP. Maybe you look back through my stream if you missed the beginning. Go watch Friday Night Tights. Go watch Gary's review. Don't watch this movie. Don't waste an hour of your life. You could spend that time reading.
Yeah,
You
watch
could
my review when
spend
I
that
drop them
time.
next week.
Yeah, you could watch Uninspired's video. You could watch a episode of Invincible, and Andrew would approve.
Yep.
Uh,
Hell, you could even go watch House of the Dragon, man. Go watch an episode of that. You'll be more invested
mhm.
in everything.
Do anything else other than just watching this piece of shit, because
Yep.
this movie does not respect your intelligence. This movie does not respect intelligence in general. This movie does not respect any semblance of character growth.
Yep.
This movie doesn't respect any semblance of being a movie in general. Like, at the end of the day, it's just product, and I'm going to treat it like so. I watched it, I consumed it, I'm going to throw it away in the bin, never to be reminded of it that I ate it at some point. It's like that bad can of Coke uh, with spice rum in it. Like, I bought one
Hmm.
yesterday. It tasted awful. It's just like and I'm like, I don't kind of want to throw it away. I'm just gonna sip it and it's just throw it out. I'm not gonna remember that I drank it.
Hmm.
And then just compare it to this movie. It is just watched it once, throw it away.
Yo, yep.
That's all you need to do. And I think in a way, it's might be the final nail in the coffin of Marvel as a brand. It like solidifies.
Dude, funny because
No,
that's actually the one of the names of my review. The Marvels, MCU's final nail in the coffin.
oh, okay, cool. Well, yeah, great minds think alike, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think this movie proves that just because it has Marvel written on it does not mean that it'll be good or successful. Like uh, normies all over they always think like, oh, it's a Marvel movie. Yeah, sure, I'll go to this. So it's just like, no, this is proof that MCU movies don't make money anymore, that they're
Yep.
shit, and that no one likes them. You know, it's kind of turned like this whole normie favoritism on its head.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and I think this movie is definitive proof of that, of the downfall of the MCU. No one can deny it anymore, really. Like people were like, no, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness was still good. No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
And now
but the
this
thing about
movie
like
is just smacking it down.
so you've got the Marvels and you've got Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness that was really really bad. And but the thing is that those at least have a certain entertainment factor that a normie can enjoy because even though to us it's very stupid, it's very lore breaking and everything like that, to a normie person it's still a coherent movie where you can just
Mm.
turn your brain off, enjoy, and be like, oh yeah, it was a fun Marvel movie. This one has so little coherence that even normies are like, what the fuck is going on? You know?
Hmm.
That's how
Yeah.
far the mighty have fallen.
Don't worry, Echo is coming out. Oh,
I haven't even seen the trailer for that.
they are using Kingpin with like all their might. All their might just to push that show because Kingpin is the only thing people recognize.
Yep.
I, don't, I don't even want to give Echo a moment of my time. But yeah, that was the Marvels. Apparently, it had the opening, the lowest of MCU movies in general. Good.
I can imagine.
It completely deserves it. I hope this movie. Don't forget Daredevil is in it. Oh yeah, that's gonna save it.
Yeah, but people
That's
know that
definitely gonna
like
save
it's
it.
not the same Daredevil anyways, because a lot of people that are fans of Daredevil are fans of the Netflix show, and once they saw his appearance in She-Hulk, they were like, "Yeah, it's Daredevil, but what the fuck," you know?
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
yeah,
I'd be interested of the days to come. Of the aftermath of this, like because everything is pushed back, but by like a year.
yes, except Deadpool.
So I'd be very keen to see how this ends. In
Same.
general of this aftermath, like everything surrounding this movie is interesting. The movie itself, complete dog shit. you know, it's just interesting to have like of the reactions to this movie, of what's Marvel going to do after its gigantic flop. It, I'm interested.
Yeah,
That's
me
more
too.
interesting to me
Because like
than
DC is already like because they had Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle was a massive flop. I think it ended with 130 million at the box office in total, which is like
what do you
Jesus
think this will
Christ,
end
man.
with? What
I
do you think?
honestly
Like
don't know, man, because
250, maybe 350,
yeah, because
which
I
is
do
like
think
just
it'll
breaking
it'll
even.
be much more than Blue Beetle. I do think maybe about 190 to 250, because I feel
Mhm.
like anything lower than 250,
It's
I don't know,
possible.
man.
Yeah.
Marvel, even though we say that it doesn't have names, some normies just go and buy the ticket because there's nothing else at the cinema. There's not really any competition, anyways. You know,
Hmm.
Napoleon is coming out what next week. I don't know.
Yeah.
Normies are gonna go watch Napoleon, so they probably just watch it. Oh, you've got the new
Oh,
Hunger Games coming out next week. That's also
oh
gonna be
wow! I'm
flop
so
versus flop.
excited.
So yeah.
Are you excited for Napoleon?
Oh, dude, I'm actually gonna go watch it at the cinema. Yeah, I'm French, so fuck it.
Yeah, I might see it too. It looks cool.
It does
You know
actually.
what? I might invite you to review that, and I'll wear like
Sure.
I will wear a Napoleon hat for all the stream.
Oh, dude,
just for that
we should
movie.
schedule that, man, for sure.
Uh, that'd be fun. Yeah. So the news to come is going to be interesting, but yeah, everything surrounding this movie is interesting. The movie itself is complete dog crap,
Oh
and
yeah, I
that's
agree.
I'm gonna forget about it in like a week or two.
Yeah.
Anyway, that will call the end of the show. We've been waffling on nearly 2 hours. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries.
Um, so, Uninspired, would you like to plug anything you like? I have all of your links in the description below, your
Oh,
Twitter and
thank you,
your
man.
YouTube channel.
Yeah, man. If you guys are interested in checking out my channel, please do so. I haven't posted a review in a while. However, the last video that I made was my top 10 zombie movies. So you should check that
Oh,
out if you want some
nice.
cool titles, because the top 10 zombie movies are pretty much known titles, but then I add three bonus ones that I'm sure you've probably never ever heard of that you will enjoy. So yeah, go check that out. And then I've got my Marvels video dropping this weekend, so it'll probably be out by maybe Saturday, I guess. And yeah, I do have a live stream on my channel on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So that's, I think, 6 p.m. British time, 7 p.m. French time. And it's a show that Dark Hour and myself do where we break down movies. So this week we're breaking down A Nightmare Before Christmas because
Oh,
yeah, it's
cool.
November season, so I'm just doing something cool.
Yeah, Christmas close enough. Listen,
Yeah,
Christmas should start when Advent starts. Like, it annoys the
true.
hell out of me.
I agree. I agree. But and yeah, last week we did dodgeball. Well, not even
Oh,
last week. Yesterday we did dodgeball. So yeah, it
okay.
was pretty cool.
I
And
haven't seen
yeah,
Dodgeball.
that's pretty much it. But yeah,
Okay.
thank you for having me on, True Pop, and cheers to
Hey,
the chat,
dude.
man. Thank you guys for being
Yeah.
great. Also,
Yeah. Yeah. It's always a pleasure to have you on, man. And
oh, dude,
as for me, I am working on my script for Spider-Man 2, a scripted video, just reviewing the story, mainly about the ending
oh yeah,
and how it dropped the ball.
the
I think
dinner
that's the
scene.
biggest crux. I'm gonna mention some other story bits as well. I'm currently writing it. Hopefully, I'll finish it by this week. And yes, definitely keep your eyes out for that. The last scripted video I did was a breakdown on What If.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh, What If is
it
still
is-
supposed to come out in December this year, so
uh,
no one has heard jack shit about it, and it's supposed to come out in less than a month. So, yikes.
What If for me, like the first season was really disappointing. They weren't creative with their ideas like at all.
Yeah, for me, it was only the Doctor Strange episode that was pretty cool,
Yeah,
or else that
that's
was
about
it.
it.
Yep.
Anyway, guys, we will see you all next week. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.
Bye bye.